Yo.
Crash and Flow.
People, this is episode 250 of Crash and Flow. No intro on this one. We're just going right into it.
That's true.
Right? We are recording in Syed's place.
Yes, that is my place.
This is your place. And we're trying some new equipment, but this is fun. This is the first time we're
looking around while saying like, "This is your place."
This is the first time I'm looking at your face while recording.
It's been a while.
In a very long time.
It's been a few weeks. I was in the backyard last time.
That's true. The backyard. That's good.
Couch.
Yeah. Oh, look at these amendments.
Hey, man,
no,
thanks for
these
coming down.
amenities.
Amenities.
There we go.
What do you mean? What amenities?
Like the couch.
Oh yeah. These are the amenities. It's true.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
We're
Living
doing
well.
this because Yasin will probably only come to Toronto for one thing, which is his acupuncturist.
Yes.
So he came down and he
Yeah.
was like, "Let's do this podcast au natural."
Yes.
So we're out here about,
like podcasts were supposed to be made. This is the way how it was supposed to.
Yeah. We're not gonna do this too often.
No.
We've Purelled the shit out of things.
We not touching each other. We got a meter between us.
No. And with that said, good to have you, man.
Hey, man. Thank you.
Been? It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. You just coming from an amazing road trip. And people would be like, all right, what type of road trip that you can do in Canada that can be considered amazing?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you. You have one that's
That is-
planned
yeah.
by Farah.
That's exactly right. Yeah. You have one that's organized by my wife where basically you go from one Fairmont to the next Fairmont. If you're a brown person, be ready to be looked at twice. Because some of these, they're like...
Are they the help?
It's because we're like in the gold member area.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't help that I'm wearing a shirt with a pineapple and a big Raptors hat. Like, I dress the same. I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta wear comfy
But these
clothes.
people are like, I'm old. I deserved many years to get here.
And really, some gap between you and I.
Yeah, and I'm like, you got to learn how to use points. You know? And that's what I'm saying.
All right. Syed kind of glossed over this. But I want to reiterate it. From one Fairmont to another Fairmont. Those are literally the milestones of this trip.
We did 3 Fairmonts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did the one in Ottawa. And Ottawa is a city that seems like a bomb went off or like a major industry closed. It is not happening.
It's a ghost town.
It's a ghost town. Things are closed, and the people out and about are not quite playing with a full deck.
They're homeless.
Dude, there
was a lot of homeless when we went there.
Well,
Like when
it's
we
not.
went there.
It's not like they have a lot of just like in Toronto, they have a lot of housing they've put up.
Yeah.
But the people who don't want to stay in the housing are the most unwell people. And that's why we have tents and stuff. But yeah, Ottawa was like that, where one lady like asked for some money. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't have any.
Yeah.
And then she just started following me. You know, like. And then as I'm walking, I can see Farah. She's in the car and she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh no. Like I can tell something's happening. So I just check her reflection. She's like right there. She's like, sorry. I was like, and she stops, and I get in the car and I go.
Jeez.
But other than that, Ottawa was beautiful, I guess. Like we stayed right in that area where they make the laws, the government area.
Mm-hmm. Parliament.
Yeah. They have this like something they probably have a name, like a Panama Canal, which like lowers boats.
Oh, right.
Yo, I got to see like 2 boats being lowered. That was, the engineering of it is pretty cool.
You can go to Welland Canal over here in Niagara.
Really?
They do that there too.
No
Yeah,
way.
that used to be part of the show. A person who was visiting Canada, like our family's part of the trip program. You know, every family has got like, you know, when you have family come back from back home, what do you show them when they come to Canada, right? Obviously Niagara Falls is a thing.
You have
right?
to.
But like
People love seeing
exactly
waterfall of that.
CN Tower, Niagara Falls. But like for my family, Welland Canal was on the way to Niagara Falls. And you go over there, you try to time it at the same time as a big ass ocean liner will come through, and they'll go through it's Lake Erie and another lake, and that's how it connects it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dude, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Ottawa, I would recommend for somebody only if they really want to, but please don't. Then we go to Quebec City to stay at the Frontenac, right?
Frontenac.
It's also like probably one of the most beautiful buildings I've stayed in. Quite nice.
Also a Fairmont.
Oh yeah, and probably one of the nicest ones in the continent.
Was it a castle?
It's a castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, people go there and they get like they were we were in the area, like some brides there, and it was just me standing there with my shorts on, like. But I enjoyed it.
Sipping a virgin mimosa.
Dude,
Nice.
I was any place that I was like, yeah, can I get a lemonade? I had like so many lemonades. But this is the type of place where like even the walls have like gold on them. Every chandelier looks like, yeah, I could steal this and like live off of this for a few years.
Right.
Absolutely gorgeous. Quebec City is actually really cool.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's enough stuff is open that it's fun, but enough people are not out that it's safe.
Yeah.
Highly recommend Quebec City. And if you want to get from between Ottawa and Quebec City, stop in Kingston. They have like wood stove pizza. Kingston is underrated for its food game.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from there, we did my favorite part, which is driving up to a city called Lama-B. And that place is very secluded. It's a hotel that was made in 1920. And it's meant for like dignitaries. The G8 summit in 2018 was held there. Trudeau, Abe from Japan, I don't know his last name. I think that's his name.
And some other dignitaries from the world.
Xi,
important people.
right? I believe Xi is from China. And all those guys came down and stayed there. Trump talked shit about that specific hotel. He talked shit and he left early, apparently. This is one of those places that I would recommend anybody to go to. It's picturesque, it's beautiful, it's secluded, and it's also somewhat affordable, and people are super nice.
Oh, that's
They
great.
know you're visiting.
So they know that you won't be here for for an extended
They're
period of
like,
time, so they can be
"You're
nice.
visiting.
So they can be
Bye,
nice.
bye."
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. But
Did you see some whales?
Yeah. We drove about an hour and a half north from there. I forgot the city's name. Check my Insta. And we did whale watching, and Farah booked. So, you know my wife. So last time her and I went, we got like a little, like, you know, like it looked like an inflatable raft.
A dinghy.
A dinghy, but it was nice. It was safe. But this time, since we're going with her parents,
Yeah.
we're in this like a nice big boat.
Okay.
That has like 3 levels.
Okay.
And
Jeez.
each level is more expensive.
Right.
Right? So we're in the top one, which has a glass bubble. So if you're in the bottom level and there's a boat on the other side of the boat,
Can't see
there's a structure. The boat is between you.
Yeah.
For us, we're just like, yeah, here. And also has an outside long plank, like a long guarded area that you can walk outside. So, man, we saw dozens and dozens of whales. It was gorgeous. The parents loved it. Also, like, all the drinks on this thing were free. So 3 lemonades, 2 coffees, you know, the lunch, everything was wonderful, man. So
Damn, that sounds like that's the way how you do a road trip.
What really makes it fun is going with old people.
Why?
Because that way you can only go at their pace.
Which is pretty slow, and
Dude,
that's what
great.
you want now.
Yeah, I'm just like chilling, you know. Just they're like I want to play mini putt and you know, sit over here. I'm like, yeah, sit by over here. That's good.
Just stare at something with your hands behind your back.
Dude, it's old people stuff is not that bad. They're like,
bad
I want to
at
go
all.
in the swimming pool and maybe sit by the hot tub. I'm like, yeah, me too. They're not gonna really want to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah,
like,
they're not
their
gonna put you.
stuff is just,
Yeah, they're gonna put you out of your own comfort zone.
yeah, their stuff is like, I want to take a nap. I'm like, yeah, you go take a nap. I'll take my nap. Like, we're all set. Like, it's not that bad. It's actually
great.
It turned out a lot better than I originally thought. I don't know
Yeah.
why I thought it was like, it might be a drag traveling with people. Like, they'd slow us down. Like, oh no, yeah, slow me down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I
come
think
with
that's
you
what we
more
need.
often.
I
Yeah.
think that's what we need, man.
And then basically every other day we would drive Fairmont. I can honestly say, like, yeah, this is something you can prescribe to people. It's a good trip.
Okay.
You're staying at Fairmont, so I guess, like, yeah, you're spending money. But, like, yeah, you got to figure out these points and stuff. Get on Reddit. I think there's a blog for this.
I think Farah needs to open up a consulting.
I've said
thing.
this many times.
Right.
I'll say, if I was just going to say, like, the whale watching is a huge highlight.
I want to do that.
They had a trout pond at Lama-B, the Fairmont we were at. So that was, and I called you, like, I think immediately after.
Yeah.
Because I had this feeling that I was like, this is dirty and also funny. Because immediately I get there, I'm like, there's no water coming into this. So, like, whatever fish are in here, they just live here.
Yeah.
And we can't catch anything. And then a guy comes in and dumps, like, 3 buckets of fish in there. And then he's like, they're right there.
Yeah.
They're right there. And you come over and they're like, wow, they're just right effing there. And I have a video of it as well. And they were like, yeah, just you can catch it and just put it in this bag. Like, what? Yeah, they're like, we'll take care of it.
Right.
And they were like, don't put them back because, you know, they might be too small. And yeah, I had a lot of conflicting feelings.
Yeah, that's a whole mess of stuff. Like, why don't you just take the fish from outside of the bucket and then directly to the kitchen?
You ever have to do this shit? You have to put live bait on a hook. You ever do this?
No. Look, here, I'm about to get an education on fishing because my trainer is going to be he's an avid fisher, right?
Yeah.
By what?
Let him put let him let you put the stuff on the hook, man.
Right.
That ruins your day.
Really? Like, what did you put? Did you put a worm?
I put a worm on a hook.
All right, so you take a worm and you gotta poke a hook right through the worm, eh? Like, you killing the worm.
Not only if you just hook it through the worm, if you throw it in there, the fish is gonna just take the worm part and leave the hook.
Right.
So what you do?
Yeah.
Is you almost run this hook through the worm.
Oh no!
Or the guy's like, the other method is you hook one end and then another end, and whatever's hanging, you hook that too. So what I do is tie this worm into a knot on my hook. I'm like, I can't stab this guy. I can't stab him. And I had already practiced like throwing a line where you let go at the right time so it goes far. It's actually like pretty fun to get it right.
Right.
You'll also like it's hard to do once you get it. You're like, ooh. So I throw this thing and the worm obviously just goes over there.
Now he's stuck in a knot.
And I'm just like fishing with a hook.
This poor worm.
They got him.
Isn't that? Yeah, of course, 100%.
They got him. He was like, I can't do shit. So after that, you know, like I'm trying to do this for his dad. Is like he really wants to do this. So I put on the gloves, which is only supposed to be for like gutting fish, and I'm trying to got this worm on the knot.
I thought they used like a jelly, like okay, so like I said, my trainer's an avid fisherman, I guess.
Yeah.
And like after one of our sessions, he's like, "Yeah, I'll show you." He opens the trunk. He's got 4 rods in there.
Nice.
Some of this stuff is made of carbon fiber. He's talking about like this reel is this, and like it's got all types of like cool
Some
technology.
Of the lures have like they're rubber, but they have powder on them.
Dude, that was just the rods. Then he opens up his tackle box. He's got like 3 different tackle boxes. He's got like frogs as lures.
Yeah.
You can't say it.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's got all types of different worms that are shiny and whatnot.
Shit.
So those ones, is obviously because it's fake, then you don't feel bad running a worm right through the freaking hook.
Yeah.
But
oh my God.
I can't imagine doing it to an actual worm. I would feel so bad. You know what though? If I took a cockroach, I'd be okay with it. Like the crunching feeling of the thing going right through a cockroach.
Here's a pro tip.
Yeah.
You take one worm, put it in 3 pieces.
Oh, you cut it up already?
Yeah, because I already had a knife, right? So I was like, I'm fucking one worm.
Yeah.
And I cut it once and I just left it. I'm like, I will just let it die and then I'll, you know, and then you get that on the things.
Oh yeah, that's good. That you kind of like, you pre-kill it before it gets killed.
Right. So after all this, I'm trying to catch fish.
Yeah.
Which
you're already in a weird mental
hoping
space right now.
But I haven't caught one yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I'll like it. We're
such pussies.
So this is what the guy said is, yes, we are. Definitely. And we've never done this before. You killed anything ever?
No, I haven't killed anyone. No, anything off bugs, anything past a bug I haven't killed.
Yeah, anything past a bug, really. Like even a bird. I accidentally killed a bird playing golf once. Line drive. Couldn't even get it because it dies in the middle of the range.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, that's a horrible way to go. So this is the thing is that I'm in there. I realize that if you don't just leave it with them, they'll come to it and they'll be like but if you like put it in there and you make it look like it's trying to get away,
then they're like,
they hit it in a way that it's gonna pierce their they try to whip their whole body in the grab.
Okay.
Like it's not one motion of bite. Yeah, it's like get up to it and snap at it with your whole body.
Yeah.
So soon as like I realized that happens, tried it once, and the biggest one, which wasn't, I don't know if it was part of their crew or an old crew.
Yeah.
But this thing hits on it hard.
Yeah.
And I reel it out.
Yeah.
And Farah has the video.
Yeah.
And in it, you can tell that I'm not excited at all. Like I've got my gloves on, I've got this fish, and immediately I'm like, I know this guy said don't put the fish back. But this fish is like not a small one.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it can live. And I'm like, I can get this hook out. I'm like, Farah, get me the tweezers. Tweezers. And then she's like, like trying to go with it. And I get it out.
And the hook is barbed.
Not in this one.
Oh,
no.
okay, never
yeah,
mind.
Yeah, this one. In fact, I know for a fact they could have just given us what your buddy probably uses, like rubber stuff. But they probably just wanted to give us an experience of
Yeah.
like killing a worm or some shit.
Yeah.
They're like, I was not after doing it.
Yeah.
So I put this fish. I get in the water and then it takes off. And thank God it didn't show up again, or I felt like, man, I like left it to die later. The cool thing was Uncle caught a fish.
Yeah.
And man, he's 60 whatever years old.
Yeah.
The joy on this man's fish. I mean, face. Not the fish at all. Not
Fish
the
is so happy about this uncle.
fish. Quite the opposite. I didn't. I was like, yeah, that's how you should feel. He was so happy.
Yeah.
And as he was taking it out, and he was like just posing with it on a line, it fell off, and it took one bounce off the floor, and he kicked it 10 feet to the left. Because it was going to go back in the water.
Right.
And he was like, not on my watch. And he got it good. He seems slow.
Yeah.
Unless he's kicking fish. And,
When necessary. It's like Yoda.
yeah, and even then he seemed happy doing that. His wife and I caught her eye, like, oh my God, like, this is horrific. 'Cause her and I had the same feeling.
Yeah.
If we were eating it, we're down. This is food.
Yeah.
But knowing that we aren't, and all of the stabbing and stuff, your heart is like,
Right.
oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I would say like if you can get fish that you can eat, please like enjoy a good fishing situation. I'm
Right.
glad you're going for one.
Yeah.
But that was in a nutshell my trip.
This is gonna be okay.
But
That's a good
it
trip.
was really
Good
easy
trip.
to disconnect from like everything happening here because everything there was so beautiful. You go there and it doesn't remind you. It's just so much flat and beautiful land. Even in Ottawa, there's like a lot of beautiful areas. So I'm like, even in Ottawa,
If you look past all of the weird people.
hey man, I can't talk shit. I'm in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like my nice park right here has tents in it. Every place has a tent in it.
Yeah.
And some
It's
of those
tough.
people are normal. I feel like you're just saving on rent. And other people, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like this dude is wearing a lot of things backwards. Like I saw a naked woman. I saw a naked man.
I mean, it is
Not
hot
together.
these days.
It is, but
It is hot these days.
it's true. But like, it's not that hot. But yeah, like I don't need to see a guy's dick or a lady's boobs, and neither of those things are well kept if they're
Yeah,
outside
it's
a lot.
not pristine.
It's not.
It's not like
And I wouldn't want to see well, I mean, even on Spadina, like I wouldn't want to see. But like even
You
somebody
can't-
who's
you
in
can't say-
shape.
yeah, but like
Okay.
no, trust
All
me.
right, let's just switch the subjects. I don't want to be like, well, then it's.
It's acceptable. It's community. What did the Rock call it? Community titty.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so Netflix
Yes.
releases another movie.
What is
Okay,
it?
remember we're coming off of a high
Right.
that is The Old Guard.
The Old
which, by
Guard.
the way, yeah, people who haven't watched it, you should watch it.
Check it out.
It's a solid movie.
It's not. I finished it and I was like, I enjoyed that whole movie.
The whole movie.
I was happy with all of it.
Yeah,
And my wife
it
too. We have-
surprises you.
Yeah.
It takes you by surprise. Like, and not only that. Now there's a couple like those YouTube essay, like video essay YouTube channels where they break down like really nerdy level of
Yeah.
of like movies and whatnot, and they break down why is it that The Old Guard works well. Like, how did it use the concept of immortality as a twist? It's really good because the thing is that sometimes we watch movies, we know, like objectively, we can watch it and be like, "Yo, that was a good movie," and then you can say like, "Okay, the story was good, was whatever." But when you see someone break down the story in like small little bits and pieces, and then shows what's valid, and then they compare that movie to another movie that tried it with a different type of concept, and see how they failed versus how this works, it gives you like a really cool like appreciation with how good The Old Guard.
I love
thing.
how big of a nerd you are.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, I saw the movie and then the breakdown.
And then like a video essay.
Yeah, in the same month.
So coming off of that high, that was Charlize Theron in that movie. So that's not no lightweight. Then we get this other movie, Project Power, Jamie Foxx
Jamie Foxx.
and Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Coming back. I haven't seen that guy in a while.
in a bit.
It was good to see him.
Yeah. It's like, welcome, buddy. Thank you for coming back, dude. Solid ass movie.
Very
And you might
good.
be thinking to yourself, Project Power, it looked kind of like superpower stuff. I think I'm already done. I think I've already had my fill of superpower stuff. Trust me, this movie delivers it in a different way.
You think Jamie Foxx would be doing this if it was just a stupid
That's
movie?
true.
He'd be like, dude, I have a brand.
Yeah.
I was Ray Charles. I will say this. There were parts of it where I was like, okay, I will buy it.
Yeah.
But the movie worked from start to finish. And I liked all the acting.
Yeah.
And frankly, like, you rarely get like two black people playing two separate roles. Like the girl is one of the main characters, and then Jamie Foxx, who's like good guy, bad guy, we aren't sure.
Yeah.
And Farrah was like, oh, it's refreshing to see two black people playing two separate roles in a movie.
So there's no token.
No,
but it's also not like there's no agenda. Just a very good movie.
Yeah, like a good movie.
Very good movie. Very well delivered.
And the graphics are phenomenal.
Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
But you might have not noticed.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is freaking solid.
It seems that way.
It's
there
solid.
was like a lot of hip hop in it.
Yeah. Not only did it have hip hop, but it had a lot of like cyber type sounds. They had a little like I'm thinking of a cyberpunk type sounds. Like a lot of electronic stuff, a little bit like Tron, but a little bit with the hip hop. Dude, it's really good. It's worth going back and like watching the movie again just for the soundtrack. Where like I'm pretty sure they already have a compilation now on YouTube.
I love the concept, even how they came up with the superpowers. Machine Gun Kelly's in there for a while.
Machine Gun Kelly's in that. Yes.
For no reason being in there.
He seems like that was the part. That seems like that was exactly what
he can play that every time.
Yeah,
he can play a junkie. Look how skinny that guy is.
100%.
Tattoos? Get out of here.
Yeah, no. Solid movie. I give it a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Whoa, I like this. We could do this going forward. Like, oh, what's the Yasin rating?
Yeah.
We should track these.
We should.
So it was Old Guard. This is a 7.10. Wait, how can this be a 7 out of 10?
Yeah,
7.5 out of 10.
Old Guard 8.
Okay.
Yeah, Old Guard 8. Yeah, Old Guard 8. Yeah. Yeah, plus, I mean, like, you had Charlize, and you had that other guy that I can't say his name, but I absolutely love him.
Yep.
The guy who's...
Edwell Chedeker.
Thank you. Yeah, hey, look at that. Look at that.
I've been aware of that guy since you...
Serenity.
Since you watched Serenity.
Yeah,
I was like, who is this guy, and why haven't I heard of him? Yeah. And then immediately, like, Inside, he was in, like, all of a sudden, he's like, we're taking off.
Yeah.
He was an Inside Man. He was in 12 Years a Slave. He was in that Matthew Broderick movie where the earth is, getting flooded with water.
Okay.
And, like, aircrafts take off to carry all of humanity's...
Oh,
yeah.
And they couldn't use boats, eh?
These are airboats. They call them boats.
Okay.
Skyboats. Oh, wait. They go underwater.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes way more sense. How are you going to refuel all the time?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Underwater, you still get, find an Esso.
Yeah. That's all. There was another movie that I watched, I think, recently, but I can't... Man, I should have wrote it down. I did go down memory lane. I rewatched Inception recently.
Inception's, yeah.
Yeah.
Great, man. We were watching Harry Potter today.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know which one she was watching. I was going to work.
Oh, okay. There's a movie that I watched. It's with Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe. It's based on a true story. It's called Jungle. It's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's good?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything Daniel Radcliffe has done since Harry Potter.
Outside of Harry Potter.
And he's done so much.
Yes,
I'm like, no, Daniel.
Yeah.
Don't ruin this shit. You're Harry.
Yeah. So he plays, it's based on a true story of like a group of guys who they sort of like, they feel like they can't achieve what they want to, they don't want to live the regular life of just finding a good job and settling down, right? So he decides that he wants to travel the world, backpack, go to places like remote places and things like that. So eventually at some point he travels to South America, and then he links up with a couple other dudes, like two other dudes. And they all sort of have the same kind of outlook on life, to live life, free. One guy's a photographer, another guy's whatever. And then they meet an American who promises them that they can, like, on an expedition to go into the jungle in South America, I forgot where, to meet a tribe that's been uncontacted. Yeah.
Oh man.
And so, one guy has to convince the two other guys that this seems like a really cool thing. The guy knows what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. And eventually they take this trip into the jungle, right? But dude, like, going into the jungle, and if you don't know how to deal with jungle shit, it's tough. Like, it will it'll have a very hard, it's a very hard path just to do it like an expedition. Essentially what happens, bad things starts to happen, to them, and then eventually they have to split up
In the jungle.
in the jungle. Yeah. So out of the 4, then some stuff really happens, and it's a really cool story because it's based on a true story of like just sheer survival and just will to live.
All right, I'll definitely. That sounds
that's interesting.
good.
Yeah, it is an interesting movie.
All right, I like anything that's a true story generally.
Yeah.
All right,
So that's
cool.
all too. It's called. I think it's called Just Jungle.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
My TV right there.
Yes, you do. I have a wonderful TV.
My TV.
But yeah, man, that's it. Those are the things. Those are the things that I've been watching.
Cool.
Yeah.
And sports.
And sports.
While they're on.
While they're on.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I always thought when it comes to certain issues, like boiling points do have limits, and it's just so interesting that
we're literally seeing that happen.
Dude, I grew up in Houston, right? Like, I've seen all sorts of random shit, like drive-bys. And at some point, you're like, I guess this is how things are and always have been.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, and I think it's really because of the internet. Yeah. It's just like, no, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how much people, like these athletes, are willing to sacrifice. At some point, the NBA will say, hey, like, we pay you guys from the revenue we make from this TV broadcast. You know?
Yeah.
No that's going to be, it's a very strong statement.
Yeah.
You know? So
it'll be interesting to see how this develops.
Yeah. Sad.
Man.
Sad. Definitely.
Very much so. I think we can call it. I think we can call it, man. I think that's it.
All right. No problem.
Nothing
I'll go ahead and plug...
yes, you have a comedy show coming up.
No, I was gonna...
You're hosting.
Yeah, no, stop it. It's not that. Yeah, I'm definitely hosting Selma Hindi, a friend of ours, a friend of the podcast, Selma Hindi's birthday. She's also... she lives right around here somewhere. Have you...
Yeah, she just moved, right?
Yeah.
She just moved.
I'm meeting her. Her and I are going out with coffee with her tomorrow. And her birthday's coming up on September the 11th. It was funny because... she made the poster, like September birthday comedy show, Sayed is hosting. And a lot of people comment, and there's like one comment like, seems kind of stereotypical that you would do this on September 11th. I don't know who this guy was.
Wow.
I'm like,
also, how's that stereotypical? Like, we don't even understand.
I don't think he realized it's her actual birthday.
Right.
She also had like 9/11, specific. If you call it, like it's on there and it looks like you're like, hey, what's happening?
Yeah.
And it's me smiling and shit, and I was like, why am I? But I got that. I got at the end of the month another show at the Comedy Bar, and then and every Sunday for the next 3 weeks, I will be at Vapor Central.
Okay.
Doing comedy with Hisham. Stuff before it closes, which was one of the places I used to like doing comedy, and now they're shutting down.
I'm assuming they're considering the fact that if they can just replace all of the air that might be COVID air with just vapor.
That place has no ventilation. You walk in, you get a contact type. Somebody has COVID and everybody has COVID.
Yeah, but like it's basically just all the THC in the air is just pushing all the
They're
COVID
only letting
out.
Like each couch holds 6 people, and they're only allowing 1 person per couch.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I'm just like, this is gonna be an empty room.
Yeah.
It's gonna have exactly 8 people, and it's twice as long as, like 3 times as long as this.
Right.
So like they're all at least 10 feet apart.
You're gonna know exactly which couch is laughing.
Yeah, I might just take the mic and get off stage.
Yeah.
Is how I'm trying to figure out how to work these kind of rooms, because you got to figure out how to engage.
Yeah.
Especially if these are gonna be potheads.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, potheads.
Yeah.
Over here, But what I want to also plug is one of our friends, Irfan Purbhai.
Yeah.
His wife, Kiran, did an awesome podcast called Dear Brown Parents, which is this gentleman, Humayun, and he interviews brown folks who are like in creative situations about what message would you give to your parents and stuff.
Right.
My parents are awesome. So like it didn't turn out to be a conversation about how parents should be different and whatnot. It just turned out to be a conversation about comedy. But he does this with other people who are, I would say, like have accomplished a lot more than I have, generally speaking. A very interesting podcast. It's called Dear Brown Parents. So that podcast is going to be out in about 2 weeks' time. I'll put it on my Instagram. But yeah, support a Brown podcast. There's only so many of us. And yeah, it's a good one.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay. We also got a request to check out some Venezuelan animals.
I saw that.
So that's in the pipe. We also looking to get Hisham on soon, right?
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready whenever we are.
Okay, so all right, we'll try to make that
How
work.
many of these recording things do you have?
I don't have more, but I can get more.
We can either do that or figure out like meet up at a park or something.
Yeah.
Sort it out.
Yeah, we can figure that out.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. All right, people, thanks for hanging with us. I can't even speak at all today. I don't know what's going on with my mouth. This has been episode 250. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back in a week. Good night.
Yo.